Hello guys, welcome back to the nutrition management project. This is Patience or team, and I'm here for the next part in this project. So in this project, you're going to perform data cleaning and exploratory, whereby in data cleaning, it's the process of fixing or removing incorrect, corrupted, or incorrectly formatted data in the data set. You can feel like changing the data titles for each column, changing it to capital letters, like making appropriate the given formats for each data set, maybe the dates and so on. And this helps to identify and fix errors, duplicate and irrelevant data from a raw data set. Now the exploratory data analysis is an approach of analyzing data sets to summarize their main characteristics. So this one, you just visualize the data set, you'll be able to tell the characteristics of each column, of each characteristic of the data set and so on. So this is simply an illustration of data that has been cleaned and visualized, so whereby you can be able to tell the uniqueness of the given data types, the given data in the data set. A heat map is a visualization technique that shows magnitude of a phenomenon as color in 2 dimensions, and this helps to show the areas that call for a lot of concern. So simply, as you can see in our illustration, this is a heat map. It shows the given nutrients in our data set and their concentration, meaning that in this data set, we were comparing for a vegan what? A vegan diet type. And in this vegan diet type, it's majorly containing of the carbohydrates and the proteins. So they are the most thickness and they correlate accordingly. And secondly, it has a lesser concentration of proteins and fats. So you can see they are correlating together. Next is a box plot, of which it's also a visualization technique, and it's a method for graphically demonstrating the locality, spread, and skewness groups of numerical data through their quartiles. So in statistics, you normally see how to calculate the quartiles, the interquartiles. So with this, we are able to construct a box plot which looks like this, and at the uppermost you can see the outliers in this box plot, and of which where we have the boxes, that's where our data majorly concentrates in. And at the tips we have the tail. The tail is the end of the data, the list tips of the data and so on. So we also have a correlation matrix, of which is a table showing correlation coefficients between variables. So each cell in the table shows the correlation between 2 variables, and this is an illustration. So if these two correlate together, remember we have the proteins, the yellow color stands for the proteins. Let me take you back here. So that yellow color stands for the proteins, then the purple for the carbohydrates, and the blue stands for the fats. So here you can see the correlation amongst each other, and if they increase or decrease at the same time or the same pace, there is also a positive correlation. Then the outlier plots. An outlier is a value that lies in both extremes of data. So this can be obtained from calculations, whereby when you get a value that is larger than the interquartiles, that means it is like scattered away from the data, meaning that it's an outlier. That's what we use to come up with the outlier plot. So you can see from the illustration. Lastly, there is data splitting. So here we split our data into 2 categories. There is the test and the training. So when we are coding, you're able to differentiate between the test and the trained data, and whereby we can give it the test size, of which here I split my data 50%. So the 50% is for testing, and also the other 50% is for training. So splitting of data majorly helps out us to fit the model into the data set. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in for more content concerning this project. Nice time.